Hey guys, this is Jeremy from Cosmox Industrial Company Limited, and welcome to our factory for the UV printers and DTF printer sector. And today I would like to introduce the fabrication part, the metal frame for the 6x90 UV printer Magris Giant. And you can see, first of all, you can see it's very modern design. From the lights, from the buttons control and LED screen, and very easier to open to maintenance the fabrication part, and very modern design. And you can see for this printer we have a stand, we have the main body of the printer, and these two parts you can combine here, and either have holes and stand for the UV printer, and you can also separate it. It can be you can use the two of them together. You can also take to separate it, to use the printer alone. That depends on your actual situation. So, and for this design, you can see this very humanity to control, very easy to, and this buttons is the have touch feeling buttons. See, now the printing tables go down and go up. This is the real up and down, and max can printing 20 centimeter, max 0 to 20 centimeter. And if you need to print more high the material, we can also do the customization for you, but this can talk with our team. And continually with the fabrication part, you can see we also have designed very easier to open the cover for the main part of the printer. What is main part? For example, the main bars, you can check here. The main bar's light states, you can also see all the lights here. And for the cables connection, the Ethernet connection, and the cables to the capture board connection, we all is combined in this position. This is very easier for maintenance and checking the printer stays here. And in this same side, you can see we have an open position for the stand, which is we have added one space for the UV controller. You see, this is UV LED controller to cool the UV lights, UV lamp when working, give the height, give some heat. We need to use the water cooling system to make sure the UV lamp temperature is in the normal range to keep the good function. Okay, from this part you can see we have some lights here to make our printer more fancy. For this part we can also do the customization if you need. And in here is the very simple button. Here is for the power cord position and switch. It's power off and power on switch. And here the same design is the mainboard part. This is the power board and the controller for the printer's movements. For example, we press the button, it will go, the flatbed will go in or go out. Is the controller's unit is all combined here, and the power board is to give this printer power to run all items. Also, this window is also for easier to checking our printer status to make sure everything is working fine. And from here you can see this very important part for the UV printer. You can see from here the rail. We're using Highwind. It's a very famous brand in Taiwan. Highwind is very good quality. And the belt. This is the film. Also, you will see from this angle, here have the ball screw, and also the rail, Highwind rail, to guide the printer Z-axis. This one is X, this is Y, and Z-axis. For these three axes, we all using Highwind rail and the ball screw system to make sure the to make the movements is continually and process. Okay, on this side of the printer, you can also see here we also have one fan here. This function is for cooling the boards. The boards, when working, they will generate heat. This fan is to make sure to let the heat go lower, to make sure they working in a good temperature. It's not going too high temperature inside. This function is just like our computer host. Your laptop, you will see the same function. They have the cooling system too. And for this printer, we have many configurations to satisfy different customers' needs for the printing. We can load 1 to 3 print heads and many print heads model to choose. For example, for this sample printer, we are using 3 pieces Epson i3200 U1, which is especially for UV ink, 3 pieces, the print head. And if you see from my angle, you can see the logo here, the Epson granted print head we're using. And you can also to choose the X7, DX5, XP600 and TX800 print heads like that. If you want to customize your own print heads and configuration, we can also do the OEM and ODM for you. And in this part, print heads and also have the damper fixer for the UV ink dampers here. And except the print head, you can also see from here we also added one, which is for the heating system. So if you're using the printer in winter season, the temperature like under 10 degrees, we have function here is heating switch, heating function for the plate, the printing plate, the print head production. The temperature control is in the cartridge board, and the switch here is very easy to open and off. Now it's off. That's on. In winter season, we have this function on. Okay. On the both side of the printer, the cartridge, we have this touch sensor here. When your printing material, your material is touch the button, the cover, so will activate the sensors to stop printing. It will be used to protect your print heads, material and printers. Except that, you can also see here is a offset sensor here. Whenever we print any materials, we have the sensor to read your material's actual heat. It will be automatically stop in the printing position. Okay. And if you see from this position, you can see we have 8 fans, 8 big fans under the printing table. and the printing table, 8 big fans, which is for making the vacuum especially when you're printing soft material like UV transfer film. And we can see how is a max printing size. In the printing table, where whiting is 60 by 90, but actually for max printing, it can print 65 max and 95. This will guarantee you when printing any materials will print max 6 by 90, no problem at all. And for the white scanner vanish, printing time, same time. Okay, now we are going to check the ink supply system here. First of all, you can see here the place is for the ink bottles. And in the first scene, you can see there are many lights and alarm here. This is the CMYK white and LCM white vanish, the position for the ink bottles, and the sensors is to read your actual ink level. If your ink level is not enough for printing, it will give you the red lights and alarm. It will have a beep. You will hear it and see it, and will be tell you which color you need to fill the ink bottles on the back. And for this printer, we are using CMYK and white and vanish, not have the LCM. But for some print heads configuration, we will have that function like 6-inch channel printers. The ink tubes from the ink bottle will go through from the end of the rail. Under the rail, it will goes in the tech chain. Directly go to the print head from the front. From tech chain, directly go under the captive board to the print head. Actually, this from ink bottle to the print head, the ink tube not that much long. It will guarantee have fluently the ink level, the ink flow. And for the white ink and vanish ink in the ink bottle, we have the white ink stream and the circulation system, circulation from the ink bottles. And here, when we're printing, and sometimes we will need to maintenance our print heads to make sure our print heads in good state, and then this the station for cleaning. This cap station here for 3 print heads, and this we design very easier. When you need to use, you can open, and when you not use, you can close the cover. And this 3 capping and 3 motors under to clean you which head to clean from the software control. Okay, and you can see we have a waste ink alarming here too. This is for the waste ink from capping station. It will go to the waste ink bottle. This will connect with the cleaning pump, 3 cleaning pumps. And the waste ink will go to the waste ink bottle. It's under the machine on the back. But we have the alarming here to tell you when the waste ink level is to full the bottle. This alarming will beep and tell you that you need to empty the ink bottles. Here are many customers asking us what material the UV printer can print. This is a very common question, so we want to share with you what materials will we normally print with the UV printer. Except the special items, special materials from customers, but there are many common materials the UV printer can print, such like a glass. You see, this glass is for the phone case glass. This is a very popular phone case printing actually in the market now, and it also have other TPU phone case, and it also can print like acrylic, metal, any metal like silver, aluminum, and iron. These metals all can print. And plastic, any color, and like canvas. Canvas is like to hang on your meeting room or your resting room, is anywhere, and it also can print on wood, MDF, PVC, PC, very wide range material to print, like plastic. Also can printing leather, soft materials like leather, and now in the market they have one special printing like film, the soft film, which is very specially need to print with a vacuum printing table here. Okay, now so we can check the max printing head. We can reach max to 23 actually. When we need to print in very high material, we can also customize the max printing head. And also here actually a little function you can see here, have one LED switch, which is for here have a light. We have a light here, especially when printing. If your room the light is not very enough for you to see the printing results, you can on the LED switch. Will be easier for you to check what is printing and that the printing quality is good or not, to just a checking part. And here its vacuum switch is for the vacuum. I press now, you can hear, and you can see when I touch the film it will be flat, because here are the big fans under to suck your material, especially for the soft material will suck down to the printing table. This is for the big fans under the vacuum printing table. And for the printing table, you can see there are many holes on here, and this not normal printing table. You can see a big hole have a small hole under. In this function, it will not let your material the section function is saved. You see, now we're on the vacuum printing table, and this is very soft material. You see, we put it on the table. It's very steady. Yeah, it's very hard to move because the vacuum, you see, very flat and steady here. Very flat. This for printing is very good.